Then God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, Be fruitful and increase in number and fill the earth. The fear and the dread of you will fall upon all the beasts of the earth and all the birds of the air, upon every creature that moves along the ground, and upon all the fish of the sea. They are given into your hands. Everything that lives and moves will be food for you. Just as I gave you the green plants, I now give you everything. So after his chapter 8, after God confession, and after he decided not to eliminate everything, right? So he admit the earth's power, admit there is certain limitation for him. Then he extended his willing power, because Noah and his son, wife, still his creature, right? And all those creatures, he still has his rights, his power to control, to do something. And at that time, all the animals, all the birds, they fear of a human. So it changed the relationship. I don't know, it's some kind of switch within the gene or within God's will, but it's definitely some kind of switch to turn the animal, well, it shouldn't say against human, but they do fear of a human. So the distance between human and the animals getting like a dramatic, it changed dramatically, because at the beginning, animal supposed to human manage animal, name all the animal, it's peacefully, or at least it's not fear. There's no fear brings in. But right now, the new word, fear, brings in. So I think it's just like when you say something, you bring in something. Or I always talk about two hands sound. One hand cannot make any sound, but when you want to create a sound, you need two hands. So God brings, when he says something as a quantum theory, he brings fear into this word. So when he say curse, he brings the curse into this word. This word is a kind of a blanco, yeah, it's a pure, right? It's a plant. But when he brings his will, his word, his concept, the word got complicated. And right here, all the animal, all the fishes, all the bugs, whatever, can be food. Yeah, can be food. So all the veggies can be food, all the animals can be food. So we talk about vegan, just their choice. It's not that vegan is right, it's just their choice. And if you want to eat elephant, well, so be it. If you're hungry, if you're gonna hunger to death, right? But they are food. So nothing animal is cute enough not to be food. That's what I believe. We humans set the rules to, those are like extinguished animal or something. They still, at the very end, they still just food, as my understanding. Doesn't matter. It just okay. God used two similar words, fear and dread. Right now, the explanation is fear is a kind of emotional trembling, and dread is more like a fear of something may happen, or it's kind of fear, but the degree is a little extended. So when we talk about the animal fear and the dread, that means those animals, some animal are able to be farmed, able to be trained. Because what? Because they have a fear. So you use fear, you can conquer, you can turn around to something useful. But some animal, they are smart, I would say, intelligently. They can, the fear of a human, they worry about something in future. So it's hard for us to control, to farm them, to train them as pet. So that's I guess that's the difference between farm animal or wild animal. Because in the Bible, the beginning sounds like a wild animal has more conscious. They have some kind of alert system, and they will do their own analysis and the judgment based on the relationship human and them, so they can, for their own safety. So I think that here is God try to tell us, yeah, you can hunt, you can farm, you can eat, you can try to training animal, whatever. So some animal, mostly I would say, I never believe training animal based on love. It just, I had 4 dogs before all the time, so I know like all dogs. Firstly, they learn is authority, obedience. So if you too sweet, too love, never really able to training them well. You have to give them certain fairness. But if the animal have the dread, which means you keep put them in fear and they get habitually, they can see the future is a fear, or they worry about the future is fear, then you never build a good relationship, never training well. So fear and the dread is a very interesting driven force we can use to deal with animal, or actually some people, some slaves, they only able to live under the fear, and you give them a little hope, that's the sunshine for the day. But some like, unless keep a push. So it's for management, or for management, I think we need to go detailize what kind of animal, what kind of people, what kind of strategy you're gonna use. That's the reason, it's a hard work as a human. Yeah, but all animals can be food. Just remember, it's just you can make them as a leisure, but they are not food. You skin them, you bone them. No, it's a leisure. It's not for food. So when you take it as a leisure, not for the food, it's out of the blessing. Remember, that's God's blessing, out of God's willing protection. So it will face what? Karma. So I do agree you can eat if you're hungry as a food, but if you use a animal skin and the horn or bone or something as leisure, or for satisfaction, for some luxury use, I highly believe people will receive karma. And this kind of karma, because I highly believe those animals, they carry the spirit. Just they carry the spirit. They are a life, they are a creature, they should be equally respected. Even they are lower us as a food chain, but you cannot torture them, you cannot use kind of luxuriously use them. So I believe the revenge or the karma came from either that kind of animal or some mystery universal power called justice, because animal were pain, animal were crying, animal were moaning, and they might curse. You don't know what is curse. Curse is not only we can use, not we use the language I curse something. No animal, the burst, the strong emotional frequency, it still may trigger the curse, trigger the karma. So be peaceful, be peaceful. I think like Socrates told, we are looking for the truth of universe. And I actually more agree Ludwig Wittgenstein, his idea. He thought the universe within our language. Because when we try to find the universe, we have to describe it, right? But when our language set the boundary line for the universe, so the universe within our language. What we try to do, or I try to do, is through different languages, and maybe just point a direction. Maybe you can find or can expand the universe this a little bigger, or find a different aspect. Because when we talk about the fear and the dread of the enemy towards human, right? What made an animal fear human? What's the reason? Because naturally, animal is kind of fear of a human. Not many animal really close to human. I mean, I went to Nara, Japan, Nara. Usually, okay, those deers, usually the other place I saw many deers, they scared the human, they run away. And even winter time, I use corn, use those food, beans to lure them, to give them eat. They still keep distance and they run away. And Nara, those deers, they don't care. They eat with you. They eat fountain. They know the red light. All those things. It was interesting. Just what made those animals not like Bible said they fear or they dread. Same thing. My dog or other people's dog. Most dogs, they not fear me. They love me. And but when I in China or some place, most of the place, those dogs scared of me, run away. In Korea, the same thing. That's the same thing. Those dogs run away. So I think in this couple sentence, dog already said, animals, we can eat them, and we are predator for all animals. God already set those things in all animals' mind. He put this in their genes. So all animals, all fear of a human. Even think about it. Lions, they not dare to attack us unless they feel the more threat, right? Threat overcome the fear. So, or the hunger overcome the fear, they came to human. Otherwise, they will not attack human. Big gorilla or apes or bear, they not take initiative to attack human. They have a better food, better prey to eat. Not human is always not the first try. Even wolf. I met wolf in the desert in it's where Gansu. It's one province that time back to 1990, and I stared with the wolf for 30 minutes, and the wolf ran away. The reason is the fear. We human are predator. Even they think you are young people or something, but the first thing is stay away this one. unless they are more hunger, more angry, more some threat they feel made them naturally lost the conscious. So I think that's the reason. But the reason animal in here, they're not afraid of me, because I don't eat them. I don't need to eat them. I sleep with them. So for them, I think the fear, the comfortableness, everything overcome the what? The fear to be eaten by someone, right? To be eaten by someone. And what we fear of some people, because the power overcome me, the size, the strength, the position, all those, they overcome us. Basically, I'm trembling. So you think you're standing in from Shaq O'Neal, you will have tremble because the size, this guy's is too big, right? Or you will feel you tremble right in front, well, Donald Trump. You can't just talk like freely. You better your tongue might be tied, or sometimes your behavior, you lost some little as normal, because what? The power or the influence. Human, same thing. The animals see human, same thing. Either our size, our power, or our naturally, it just in the bloodline, we overcome them. So God said they have fear and they have dread, because in here we do not eat animal. In Nara, they do not eat the deer. They treat them well. So the comfortableness overcome those fear and the dread. That's my understanding. I looked the Powhatan settlement and I looked the Jamestown settlement. I realized human has two trail of a development. One probably never able to have the revolution and achieve our certain level. One probably just stay in the jungle, because we have so much tribes. Even today, when you talk to them, their language only like da da ka da, those kind of simple song, and that's after what, million years or thousand years. Then their living style, they're never able to have a leap, have a jump to today for computer, satellite, everything. So what prevents them, or what reason made two total different tribes? Something deeply inside, I believe it's that's the reason. I think early Bible, one is Cain, one is Abel, and I think those kind of for hunting, farming, they have too much karma with this ground, so they never able to get away from it. But some like the Abel, that's his farming culture, right? Farming culture eventually made a feudal, and the feudal culture gradually we developing deeper with this ground made a relationship, get the welding, get the metalling, all the things. So we start to develop a science, modern science, right? Masonry, all those things. So, but is this God originally wanted, or he's actually tried to prevent it? So he let the king kill Abel. Right here, he did he said, I'm lifted the curse, and all the animal you can eat it, and just like eat the veggie. But in here, that's feels like back to the original, back to the king again. Because you know what? Do you have any guilty feeling about eating veggie? Oh, I feel so sorry for this mushroom. I feel so happy to eat this bamboo. I feel so sad to chew this bok choy. No, it's you eat a veggie, it's you have no feeling. Plenty, just okay, that's veggie, it's good, it's a fiber, right? Same thing, like that's he want us. Oh God, he give us basically just all the animal, just eat it, treat it as a veggie. So no sorrow, no whatever, just as food. So this is like the native Indian native people. That's the culture they've been. They accept it. So take away from such emotional feeling regarding those words, the animals. So what he really want us to have, I highly kind of start to doubt it. He doesn't want a scientific culture. That's what I feel. Because he want us to treat animal like treat it as a veggie. No emotion, just nature, just like native Indian. Just I realize they do this as their native naturally. What made a human develop the world to make a modern culture? The voyage, the big voyage, and the ships, right? We cross the ocean, cross the sea, try to develop the new things. And interestingly, in here, God never mentioned about the fish, never mentioned about eat fish. You can eat all the fish. You can eat fish as veggie. Just eat the bird and the animals. It's kind of like he limit everybody in a land culture. Land culture. He never really encouraged for ocean, cross ocean. So right now I even more realize deeper. I don't think God favor the scientific culture. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want to like someone approach close to where they are, close to know them more. He just wanted some. I'd rather say slave, or he wanted something by his will. Definitely not. He wanted control the direction. Oh, I have to admit I made a mistake. In this sentence, God did mention about a fish. I didn't pay attention. Yeah, so my bad. When he mentioned about the fish, the hypothesis or the explanation is totally opposite. It turn around, because without fish, we are land culture. We are limited by the land. We are like farming, hunting, those kind of barbarian. Eventually gonna end up. But when it starts ocean, fish you can eat, which means you can extend your border all the way to ocean, and if you still want to expand your full resource, you can build a boat, you can start your great voyage. So when the modern civilization, I think, built upon the Great Britain great voyage. It was a really very good game I played when I was a young teenage. I think the game called Costa del Sol. I think it's some great horizon, kind of trading and ocean. You explore all the treasures, all the culture, and you act like a pirate or business person or history or soldier, whatever. It was a very fun game. Played for at least 3 to 4 years. Nintendo game. I think it's Nintendo Sega. Sega, I believe it's Sega game. Yeah, I think so. Sega. It's old. Those kind of old, like a really old game. Okay. So here God we have a great voyage. So he want a culture. Maybe I think maybe he favor the science, but right now I start to like draw back, probably conspiracy theory, or something, whether he has something favored, is it good or actually he want to like end up or want to kind of battle with the earth certain way. I don't know. I kind of like after the great flood, I start to question him. Think about this guy. It's kind of like you have to think twice or three times what really he wants, because his blessing, when he tried to bless you or give you the kind of his willing power, apply it to sounds make us run freely on this earth. Is it a good thing, or actually we became the gun ash to battle with the earth first?